All right, let's start with story number 7, reported by NPR. So, Grant Middle School in Grant, Michigan, they held a competition in which the winner got to paint a mural inside a teen health center at school. The winner that they chose was a local high school sophomore named Evelyn Gonzalez, and she painted this mural right here that was designed to be inclusive and welcoming. Check this out. So there's the mural that she painted right there.
Mhm.
Nice, colorful, very welcoming. She ran into a problem though. Mia O'Brien, what do you think happened?
Um, I'm assuming that one of the caricatures looked like one of the students too much, and the student took offense. Or was it? Or was it some? Can I? Am I allowed to see it again? Is that
Yeah,
working?
of course, of
Let me
course.
see it
Yeah.
again. Okay. I'm gonna say, is it something to do with the teddy bear? Like, are we like we didn't want to make the teddy bear a nurse, like because it was like a because it was a boy versus a girl, or is it that?
So usually in these situations, whenever you hear about an issue, it typically comes down to the parents.
Mhm.
And in this case, shock, big surprise, some of the parents are enraged about that mural because they think it is a depiction of Satan, a message of witchcraft, and a sign of mental illness. I am going to break down the parts they're talking about to get your thoughts. So, first, the Satan allegation. Here's a part of the mural that they're talking about with that. That's a picture that was painted on this thing. Now, Evelyn says that that is just a mask from a video game called Genshin Impact, worn by a character called Zhao, who is a protector from evil spirits. That's all it is. But to the parents, that is Satan. The next one is the witchcraft allegation. Put that one up, Joel. Yeah, that right there. Evelyn says all that is the Hamza hand, aka the hand of Fatima, which is a symbol recognized in cultures around the world, which typically represents healing, fortitude, or power. And that's all it is. But to the parents, some of the parents, that is witchcraft. She also included colors from such flags like the bisexual flag and the transgender flag. One parent referred to that as mental illness. And here is a clip from a school board meeting that they actually held about the mural where a couple of parents spoke. Go ahead, Joel.
Now, here's the funny part as the voice of God pops in. Apparently, that didn't actually load into today's show.
Oh,
If you
Joel.
vamp for
Ah.
10 seconds, I will get it up for you. But otherwise, get to
Yeah, we can
Mia's
wait. I would
thoughts.
say we can wait for
So
10 seconds because I have lots of thoughts.
yeah, so basically, you're going to hear where they're talking about witchcraft. And what are your thoughts on all of this? Satan allegation, witchcraft allegation, mental illness because of like a bisexual flag coloring. What do you think?
Unfortunately, it sounds awful, but like the third one is unfortunately what I would fully expect from a group of angry parents in Michigan. Like that, unfortunately, and nothing against Michigan, but like unfortunately, that's just 2022. Like it's unfortunate that that's still the world we live in. But that one doesn't surprise me. It's the first two that do. Like, I mean, maybe like the hand with the eye in it. Like, maybe they think it's like a third eye or a fourth eye. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe she should have used like the Harry Potter, like Deathly Hallows instead. Like maybe that would have gone over. Probably not. They probably would have thought that was satanic as
They
well.
would have. They would
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think yeah, they're so so she's a sophomore, but it was the middle school.
Sophomore. Yeah, it was a middle school, but I guess the competition was for
Right.
any
They
kid
did
in
it
the
like
area.
for
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I just
Yeah. Like, how did they think that a sophomore even has that kind of thought where they're
right.
thinking about satanic imagery and you know what I'm saying?
Right. And
How's that
they're
possible?
trying yeah. All right, let's take a look at this video.
Oh, is it ready to go, Joel?
I feel like she did a really good job finding excuses to defend the things she put on. None of us are that stupid.
Adults pretend things that are like real life. It's a mental illness. We need counselors. We need the medication that's going to help bipolar disorder, fix their brains.
Fix their brains, Mia. Fix them. What do you think?
Yeah, the adults aren't playing, the kids are playing. We're not pretending.
That amazing?
The best part is I immediately recognized the lower third graphic because it's a sister station of the station I used to work at. And so I'm like, yep, this actually ran on a real news program.
Yes, it did. This is real. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. No, I mean, it's, yeah. And we wonder why in this country we have all the crazies that we do. But, they think they're protecting and they're probably just creating more
Yeah,
craziness.
it's asking for medication. That's kind of up there. So every story that we do, I always try to ask a question somehow related to it. And you're probably
Mhm.
wondering, oh, what's he going to ask me about Satan and witchcraft? But I'm going to keep it a little bit more simple. Do you have any particular artistic talents that people might not be
Oh.
aware of?
Ooh, artistic talent. So my brother is actually a publisher. It's his birthday today, by the way. So shout out to
Uh-huh.
Kyle. But he's actually a publisher and graphic designer. So most of the artistic talent probably went to him. I can't carry a tune in a bucket, I'll tell you that. But I did play the trumpet in the marching band for my freshman year of high school. But then unfortunately, because I was also playing sports, had to give that up. So had to,
Ah.
you can play here, you'll appreciate this one. I was allowed to play 2 varsity sports and be in the band. But when I joined speech and debate, they said, no, you need to pick one nerd sport or the other. You can't be in both nerd sports. That's the last straw. So you could play sports and do band, but you can't do speech and debate and band. Like that's too much.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I think I made the right call though, considering
I
what my
think you
profession ended
did.
up being.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you did. Considering that you made your way to sports journalism, I think that was a good call for you. Good. And there was no mental illness. You didn't need any medication. You're not drawing pictures of video game Satan
No.
masks or whatever the hell they're
No.
saying.
I mean, I can't speak for the rest of the kids that stuck it out through band. Hey, yeah, all 4 years. But no, speech and debate kids, we're mostly just the kids who did theater growing up, and your schedule couldn't work with theater, but you could make time to get on a bus at 6:30 in the morning every Saturday, go to a random high school, and do interp and do speeches from someone else and perform that way for a day of the week. So, yeah. So no, I mean we definitely had our other quirks. We listened to a lot of Glee. But yeah, other than that, we were pretty normal, I think, for the most part on the no satanic things going on at the speech and debate tournaments.
All right, let's go on to story number 3, reported by WFLA TV Florida, Mia.
There it
Florida.
is. There it is.
So there's a man out of Clearwater, Florida. His name is Jeff Somerville, and he has an interesting phobia. He has a fear of clowns. And so he decided to do something in an effort to try to overcome that fear. And so my question for you is, what do you think he did to try to overcome his fear of clowns?
Okay, well, he's in Tampa, Clearwater. So my guess is he like jumped into a pit of clowns at Universal or something in Orlando.
That'll help him get over a pit of clowns. So they keep a pit of clowns at Universal? Is that what they do?
I mean,
So-
or it's like a bullpen of clowns. I don't
A
know.
bullpen of clowns. So what he did was he created a massive Halloween display that features nothing but clowns. And we got video of this courtesy of Jeff Somerville and WFLA. Check this out. Look at this thing. It features a 35-foot custom-made clown tunnel. The initial setup process took 2 days. Every night it takes them 30 minutes to set it up and then 30 minutes to tear it down. Look at this thing.
Only 30 minutes?
To set it out. So the apparent setup was 2 days. So getting everything out there was 2 days. But then I guess
Okay.
he means to like turn everything on. And,
Yeah, like turn
know
the
what I mean?
lights off. This is
Yeah, yeah,
incredible.
yeah, yeah.
As a Halloween baby myself, like born in October, like
Uh-huh.
most of my birthday parties as a child were Halloween themed. So I have a certain bar of good Halloween costumes, and that one's up there. That's on the Mount Rushmore.
It's incredible. But do you think that this is the right form of therapy to help him get over clowns? Do you think like this was the way to go?
I'm really glad that that's the question you asked and not Mia. Do you have any phobias? Because I have a very specific phobia.
Do you want me to go to my next question?
Yo, good. I mean, listen, they kind of tie together. Which my next my phobia is I actually have a fear of bananas.
What?
Yeah, so it's not so much a fear.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I can be around them. I just can't. I don't like the smell or the taste of them. So like I'm better now, but as a kid, I used to like tell people I was allergic. I wasn't allergic. I just didn't like bananas. And that's a whole long story of how we got to there. Because as a little kid, I used to eat bananas. But the point is that to your point of how do you deal with your phobias throughout the course of my life, from middle school to high school to college, my friends loved to, when I would get up from the lunch table to throw my lunch or food away, they would put a banana in my lunchbox or backpack or whatever. And then I would discover it and obviously be horror stricken. And but that's how they made me deal with it. So listen, I mean, he's leaning in, and that's the best
He
way.
is.
I mean, you're not like, like they didn't try to force me to eat it, the banana, not the clowns, the banana. So like that was good. It was tough love, but at least now I can like be around a banana. Like I'm cool. Like it can be there, and like I'm not weirded out by it. Like
So let's explore this a little bit. So when
Yeah.
you were a kid, you ate banana,
yes,
but now you won't touch banana.
no,
So was there an incident that like
yes.
And what was the incident?
I was 4 years old. I was coming down the stairs to go to preschool that day, and I got a bloody nose. And the last thing my 4-year-old mind remembered was smelling the banana my mom was eating before I got the bloody nose. And so I suddenly said to my mother, I'm fatigued. I feel sick. I can't go to school today. And she's like, oh my God. And so my babysitter was like, no, she can't go to school. She doesn't feel good. She doesn't feel good. And then my mom goes, all right, well, if she's really that fatigued, like I hope it's not, neurologically something's wrong. I'll schedule a doctor's appointment. So she did for later that afternoon, and they sat me down at the doctor's appointment and they said, all right, Mia, when did these symptoms start? And I look at the doctor and I go, well, it all started when I smelled that banana this morning. And my mother handed the doctor $50 in cash and we left.
Wow. And so ever since then, was there a period of time when you couldn't even look at a banana? Like you
Oh
just
yeah. From probably the age of 5 till probably 13. Like
the
I
sight of it, you just couldn't even look at a banana.
couldn't be in the same room, had to leave the room, like just couldn't be
Wow,
around it.
we're
And I would
learning
say,
stuff today.
yeah, I would say smell, and I would say, like, and I would say texture, and even though I wasn't touching it, but yeah, yep, no, that was it. And probably wasn't until like middle school where finally I was like, okay, I can like be in the same room, but I still won't touch it. But then in college, I was like, okay, it's time to at least coexist. But even then, when I touch a banana, I'm like holding it like this off,
But you don't like the taste. You don't eat them.
have not eaten one since I was 4 years old.
Isn't the things I learn about people on this podcast? This is fascinating. Have you seen the YouTube videos where they put a cucumber next to a cat?
Yes.
And cats apparently they just have a thing. I have a cat and I haven't tried it, but apparently they have a thing against cucumber where it terrifies them. So interesting.
Hey, listen,
Interesting.
everybody's got something.
You're right. Everybody does have something. That's a new one. That's very interesting.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I click the subscribe button. You really should too. If you like videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, subscribe now.